Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Mackay Sports Complex as we bring you the live QBL Semifinal series between the Mackay Meteorettes and the Gold Coast Rollers. Now, coming into this game, we do have a very, very competitive matchup with both teams having fought incredibly hard to get to where they are tonight. Mackay having finished second on the ladder, Gold Coast finishing in 7th position, just managing to beat Logan last week in a huge upset game to be here tonight. So I've got Carl here with me in the commentary booth. My name is Regan. We'll be running you through the game tonight. Carl, in terms of the game here tonight, what do you think the girls are going to be looking for most?
Coming into the game tonight, I think Mackay have had a great season. They're the second best team in the state at the moment and are expected to win, but I'm expecting a very close game. Gold Coast have brought in Natalie Hurst halfway through the year and really improved. So if anyone thinks this is going to be an easy game, I think they should rethink the situation a little bit.
Absolutely, and I was on the same flight as the Gold Coast team coming up here tonight as well, and we're actually lucky that Natalie Hurst and Katie Rose are here. They did miss that flight as a random piece of trivia, so good to see that the girls are here tonight to make it a much, much better contest, having that Opals talent on the court here tonight. So as we're bringing out the teams here, we'll just quickly run you through some stats for both teams coming into the game tonight. So for your Mackay Meteorettes, we have top scoring throughout the season, Tammy Willie with an average of 21.6 points, hitting a huge 388 points total in the season at roughly somewhere between 69% for free throws and about 54% from the field goals. You've got Madison McDonald hitting 16.6 average points, hitting 265 for the season. You've got Deanna Weaver, 13.5. You've got a wealth of talent here coming through for the Mackay Meteorettes. Jackie Zelenka as well, 12.5 average points. So you've got a wealth of talent. Mackay really does like to spread their points around across the court. Huge defensive team as well. A wealth of steals, a wealth of blocks, all there from the Mackay team. Coming from the Gold Coast as well. Again, very, very well shared, but huge shout out to Nadine Payne. Has to be one of the top scorers throughout the season with a massive 26.3 average points, hitting a huge 473 points. We will quickly pause here for a second, guys, as we stand for the national anthem. Sorry there, guys. As I was sort of saying, Nadine Payne, a huge 26.3 average points throughout the season for a total of 473 huge points in an 18-game season. So a huge shout out to Nadine Payne. Those are incredible stats. You've also got Brianna Moyes on a 17.5 points per game average, Bianca Abbott on 12 points per game, Natalie Hurst 17.6 off the 7 games that she did play for the Gold Coast Rollers, having come in halfway through the season. So as we're sort of saying, there is a huge wealth of talent coming here throughout the teams as well. Got to mention the fact that Gold Coast does have Katie Rose, huge defensive powerhouse down in that block as well. So Carl, in terms of the game tonight, what do you think the strategy is going to be? I mean, hopefully we're not going to see an Opals repeat where one team's going to come back fighting in that second half.
Yeah, look, tonight I think you'll see, for all the people that watched the Boomers this morning, I think Gold Coast will try and play a half-court game, use their big three, I suppose, and slow the game down and get it into Nadine and Bianca, and whereas Mackay are going to get out and run. You know, Tammy, Rachel, Diana Weaver and all that, they're great in the open court, so we'll see what happens. But, two different styles of basketball tonight, and we'll see which one prevails.
Yeah, definitely so, and that Boomers game still brings a bit of taste in my mouth. Not only have I gone up to watch every single game, it just so happens a semi-final. I was on a plane here, so I couldn't even watch the game, but very, very sad to see the Boomers go down after a well-fought season. So we got just over a minute to go here before this game kicks off. We do have a wealth of talent on this court. It is going to be an incredible game. Just stick with us for a minute, man. We're going to take a quick break here, get ourselves a quick drink before we get underway with this QBL semi-final here live from Mackay Sports Complex. And welcome back to Mackay Sports Complex here as we are 30 seconds away from the kickoff here with this QBL semi-final between the Mackay Meteorettes and your Gold Coast Rollers. Huge game ahead here, guys. Massive crowd has turned out. It's been around about 3 years since I've been in this Mackay Stadium, and my goodness has it changed. Huge amount of crowd space over the side, tons of sponsors behind me as well. It is an absolutely amazing stadium and a perfect place to have a QBL semi-final. Potentially next week as well, we could be hosting the grand final here, depending on what happens on the out-of-town scoreboard between the Rocky Rockets and Brisbane, I believe that game is. So depending, we may see you again here with a huge crowd space available as well. But coming back to tonight's game, starting the game off, we do have for Gold Coast, Katie Rose, Natalie Hurst, Nadine Payne, Bianca Abbott,
and Sophie Johnson.
So the tip is off and we are underway, so I didn't quite get to the Mackay starting five there. So we're kicking the game off here, so Mackay will start the game as they kick the ball around the top, taking things nice and slow, not rushing into anything just yet. Really good to see as well. You don't want to make too many mistakes early on and come off with too many turnovers. Nice little finger roll there coming off the hands of Jillian Horton. Couldn't quite sink it though. Nat Hurst bringing the ball down, going inside. Nice easy layup, couldn't quite sink it though. Again, Jillian Horton pulling down the board, heading down for the fast break. 1-on-2, she gets past him. Nice finger roll for two. Mackay breaks the scoring for 2-0.
That was a little bit too easy there.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, Gold Coast is going to have to pick up that defense if they want to keep in this one. I mean, two defensive players on the one offense on Jillian Horton. They still got past. Almost a turnover there for as well, but just picking up the foul on that one. It will be side ball.
I think Mackay are going to try and get out and run as much as possible tonight, as we've seen in the first two possessions of the game. So,
yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, after that first initial play, they've had two very, very quick runs down the court. I mean, and they do. They have a fairly young team, Mackay, as well, so they should hopefully run it fairly hard at Gold Coast. Gold Coast is taking things nice and slow as well here. Just going inside, there's Sophie Johnson. Couldn't quite get it off, though. Jillian Horton pulls the board, heads down the other end. Goes inside for Zelenka, kicks back out again. They'll slow it down again. Rachel Gaines goes inside, flicks it up, can't quite get the roll though. Board pulled down there by Katie Rose. They kicked around, nice little jump shot there from Payne. Couldn't quite get it. Jillian Horton, huge low pass on the inside. Couldn't quite get it though. Now Gold Coast turn to slow things down a little bit. Just look for those open passes. Nice inside pass there. Couldn't quite get into the hands of Nadine Payne though. So they will turn the ball over again, giving it back to Mackay.
I think Nadine was a little bit unlucky there. She might have been shoved in the back, I think.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate with her hands as well. Kind of just bounced through her hands and into her head as well. Mackay goes strong inside. Nice little pop shot there. Goes in for the two. Mackay on a 4-0 streak here to start the game. Gold Coast not yet off the board.
Costly turnover by Gold Coast here. It's a bit scrappy to start the game. Bit of nerves.
Yeah, it hasn't been the best stuff from Gold Coast. I mean, that's their 3rd turnover already in this term, and we're only just over 2 minutes into the game. They're definitely going to need to try and change that if they want to stick in this one. Mackay couldn't quite sink that one. Ball back in Gold Coast's hands. They slow things down a little bit as well, just going on the inside. Nadine Payne going inside.
Oh.
Huge and one play as well. Points count for Nadine Payne, and she'll go to the line for 1.
A great move. She just showed why she's probably an MVP candidate this year. She's a tough cover for anyone in this league.
Yeah, very, very good look inside there as well for that pass straight in the hands of Nadine Payne. She knew where the defense was, intentionally backed in and then to draw the foul and get that nice easy bucket. So we just got a bit of a hold here as we clean up the court a little bit. But yeah, we're seeing 2 very, very different styles of game here at the moment as well. I mean, Mackay is very run and gun, get the ball down the court on those fast breaks, trying to beat Gold Coast's defense. Gold Coast, on the other hand, just seems to be trying to get the ball inside to Nadine Payne. She's taken a couple of tough shots on the inside, getting lucky with those 3 points there to get her off the mark. But 2 very different strategies, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Well, we knew that coming into the game, but we'll see which one prevails.
As Jillian Horton gets a nice little easy layup there for 2. Almost looked like it could have been a foul there on the pass, but good play on there by the referees. Nice little dish off into Horton for the 2. Nadine Payne again drives inside, kicks the ball out though. Long shot there from Johnston, couldn't quite get it off. Jillian Horton heads down the other end of the court, nice and fast. Can't quite get that lob pass into their hands though.
I think Mackay girls were running in each other's way right there. They need to fix that up.
Yeah, definitely trying to run the game nice and fast, Mackay. Just an unfortunate situation where I think Horton thought she was going one way. It didn't quite end up where she thought it was going to be. Floor wipes already out on the court here as well. It is quite hot here in Mackay tonight. I'm wearing long pants. I already immediately regret that decision.
Yeah, there's no winter in North Queensland.
No, apparently not. I've come from Brisbane, got out of bed this morning. 12 degrees at least, long pants, jumper, nice and cold. As soon as I got off the plane, just dripping sweat straight away, just about. As we resume play here, Gold Coast heading down their end of the court. They trail by 3. Let's see what they can do. Jillian Horton playing some incredible defense. Nice and tough, just getting in the face of Johnston. Nat Hurst kicking the ball over. As Katie Rose goes on the inside, nice little finger roll. That was too easy for 2 points, 6-5. Once again, nice lob pass there from Horton. Couldn't quite get it over though. She just managed to miss the Lanker on the inside. They will get the ball back though, just tipped off the hands of Gold Coast. Kai in, tough inside with the 2 easy points.
That's what Tammy's best for, the little inside game. She's not going to miss a shot from the top of the keyway.
Once again, tough defense here by Mackay. Just forcing the turnover from Nadine Payne. Not really too sure why Nadine didn't just chase that one down straight away. She almost just turned the ball over for a nice easy layup for Mackay.
Yeah, and here's our first time out of the game, I think.
Yeah.
Both coaches would love a minute to talk over things at the moment. It's a pretty scrappy start.
Yeah, exactly. It hasn't exactly been the best 4 minutes of basketball so far. Lots of turnovers, lots of scrappy basketball. There is a timeout on the court, though. We're going to quickly take one as well, and we'll be back very soon with QBL TV presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. And welcome back to QBL TV, presented here by Nothing But Net Media, as we continue to bring this QBL Semifinal with the Mackay Meteorettes versus Gold Coast Rollers. Mackay just in the lead for the moment with 8-5, nice and close. So a bit of scrappy basketball here in this first quarter. Neither team really taking dominance or really controlling the ball just at the moment, as we just see an unfortunate pop out there from Mackay. If you were the coaches there at that first time out, what would you be talking about after 4 minutes of very scrappy basketball?
Oh, look, I think just both teams have to calm down a little bit. Mackay trying to push the pace. I think they're trying to push that pass a little bit too much, though. Whereas Gold Coast, I think it's just nerves playing away. A good timeout to settle the nerves. They played a zone out of that timeout, but it looks like they've gone back to a man on this possession, so they might mix their defense up a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it must be very nerve-wracking for Gold Coast as well. I mean, coming from 7th position, and all of a sudden they're in a QBL semi-final, having upset Logan. I mean, definitely nerve-wracking, but the girls are going to have to get rid of those if they're going to want to compete in this game here, as we just see Mackay drop another 2 points. So they're up by 5 now, 10-5. Nat Hurst drops that very, very famous pull-up jump shot for 2.
She's a tough cover for anyone.
Yeah, she's one of the people you don't want to be matching up against because she's very, very hard to get a hand in the face of.
Surprised the Mackay coach hasn't gone with Gillian Horton on Nat, to be honest, but we'll see how Riley handles it.
Yeah, I've seen Gillian play for the last couple of years in the QBL season anyway, from what I can remember. She's a very, very strong defensive player. I mean, she's really quick on her feet, as we've already seen in this game as well. Very speedy up the court, very good control over her body, stepping left and right around defense. No, it would be a very, very good matchup to see. Nice, tough inside shot there. Just managed to go in there for Rachel Gange.
Yeah, good offensive rebounding.
Nat Hurst just settles the ball at the top of the key, looking for the open drive. Nadine Payne sets the screen, pick and roll. Does manage just to get the pass off there. Unlucky there for Katie Rose with the finger roll. Gillian Horton, as we said, nice and speedy down the court. Nice little pass off with a nice easy shot there from Zelenka.
Yeah.
They're on 14, doubling up over 7 for the Gold Coast.
Yeah, they're getting out and running now. It's starting to look good. Gold Coast probably need a score in the next 1 or 2 possessions.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, Gold Coast needs to get off this mark. I mean, it's been a quick couple of points there for Mackay. Gold Coast needing to get off the board here, otherwise it's going to start to get very ugly very quickly. So it will remain in the hands of Gold Coast here with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Natalie Hurst just getting booted off the baseline to go inside and get the pass by the looks of it. Nadine Payne will set the screen for her. She gets it. Takes the long 2. Can't quite get it though. Board pulled there by Zelenka. Into the hands of Gillian Horton. Long pass down the court. Can't quite handle it there though by Willie.
They're really, Gold Coast are sucking in the big ones at the moment. They're struggling to keep up with Mackay in this transition game at the moment.
Well, that's probably got to be the 4th or 5th long pass we've seen there from Horton down the court. And Gold Coast is not getting back quick enough. I mean, Mackay clearly has that drop back offense where as soon as the ball turns over, they're running down the court looking for that fast break. And 5 times out of 10 at the moment, they're getting it.
Yeah, you know, if I'm Gold Coast, I'd be looking at a zone, to be honest. Like, I don't think Mackay are a great 3-point shooting team, and let's see if they can beat you from outside, to be honest.
Yeah, well, having just said that, I mean, Mackay definitely not super good from the 3-point line. I mean, no one seems to be averaging much over about 40% on the season, so definitely not the best from long range. I mean, you might be right. Maybe a zone defense and a very, very quick drop-back zone defense might be the better way to go. As we see a long 3-ball there from Gillian Horton.
Yeah, just as we said, they should play as...
All of a sudden ruins my 40% stack as they're now 1 from 1, 100%.
Yeah.
Nice little steal there from Tammy Willie. Gillian Horton back with the ball now. They look to extend their lead, sitting now at 17-7. As Zelenka goes nice and strong inside, can't quite get the ball to roll, but she'll pick up the foul and go to the line for 2. Nadine Payne looking a little bewildered by the fact that she got that foul there. I don't think there's too much you can argue about though. There was quite a bit of body contact on that one.
Definite contact early on.
Having spent the last week and a half watching the Opals and the Boomers play, it'll be interesting to see how the game is refereed tonight because, I mean, coming from a refereeing background myself as well, some of the games have been hard to watch, reffing-wise. I mean, it just seems that they want to call everything no matter what. So it'll be interesting to see how the game's called tonight.
Yeah, look, the Olympics, let's not go off that. We've got refs from all over the world that interpret the game different. We'll see how it's ref tonight. So far, so good, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do have two very, very qualified referees. I mean, Daniel Helson coming all the way from Canberra, making a nice little move to Brisbane. Warwick Brown's been refereeing for years as well. Both very qualified referees and doing good jobs so far. As Mackay gets a nice little rebound here, and they'll head back down their end of the court. Jillian Horton going for the drive through the middle, smacking into Nadine Payne. Quite a heavy bit of contact there. Not really sure who caused that one, though. The ball goes out, and that one will stick in the hands of Gold Coast. Mackay trying to fight to claim that that one's theirs. They won't get it, though.
Look, Gold Coast really need a score in this possession, and as we see, this is the strength of the Mackay team. Jackie Zelenka comes on and Deanna Weaver comes on. You know, she'd be a starting 5 player in any other team in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a huge pull in as well. I mean, Deanna Weaver having some amazing stats throughout the season. So let's see what she can bring to the board. Very, very strong defensive player, Weaver as well. So she'll definitely put the pressure on the inside. As we see there, where she gets the hand on the ball and taps it out of court. So Gold Coast will bring the ball in here with 11 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Gold Coast really need a score. They need to space the floor a bit more. It's very one-dimensional basketball at the moment.
Yeah, Gold Coast not really knowing what to do at the moment. They're not looking like a team. They're looking like, you know, 2 or 3 teams of 1 or 2 players each. They're not really clicking as a whole just yet. As we see here, Natalie Hurst nowhere to pass the ball. As the steal there comes from the hands of Riley Smith as she goes up. Can't quite get it in there, though. Deanna Weaver with a tap away. Nadine Payne comes up with it, though. I mean, I think you're exactly right, Carl. I mean, there's another perfect example. Nadine Payne caught on a 2-on-1 as Nat Hurst drains the 3. Payne caught in an awkward situation over the side of the court. No one really moved to try and help her. They kind of just stood back and watched and expect her to know where they were.
You know, they're really going to have to, every time the Dean's getting the ball, she's been double-teamed, if not triple-teamed, and she's just picked up her second foul in the first quarter now, so that's not good.
No, they're definitely going to have to try and work something else out. I mean, you can't expect Nadine to do everything by herself. I mean, you know, and Nat Hurst is going to be able to drop a 3 every now and then. But you've got to have more ball movement. You've got to know where your players are. You know, Nadine Payne, 2-on-1 play. Players just stood back, didn't actually go and help her. I mean, you can't play that kind of selfish basketball at this level and expect to come off with the win.
Oh, good.
Can't quite get the roll there as the ball goes to the way of Gold Coast.
And let's see if they run a play for Nat Hurst here. She's hit a couple of long threes now, so I think you'll see something coming up for here right now.
Yeah, a little hand signal. They're going to try and set something up. Kind of slow it around. No one really moving. Cut to the top there. And again, they're too closed off. There's no cut to the basket. You've got jump shot inside there, but nothing seems to be rolling. Fegan couldn't quite get that one off. Jillian Horton comes down the other end now as well. She slams hard into Katie Rose. Little foul here from Gold Coast, giving the ball back to Mackay.
Yeah, Gold Coast are running a lot of horn sets at the moment, but they're not really doing anything after it. After they come off the screen, there's no movement. They just come off the screen and expect Nat to score at the moment, you know.
Yeah, it's a very lazy offensive play as well. I mean, they're trying to set up a play. You've got a player standing out to the left-hand side, standing there, not really doing anything. Yeah, she's open, just expecting to get the ball. You've got a player on the post, not moving to the actual open post. It's a very set, very stilted offense at the moment by Gold Coast. No one seems to want to move. I mean, they've brought up a full bench as well. It's not like they're short of players or trying to rest their legs. They've got a full bench. They need to be using them and run your asses off. Try and get the ball down the court. Deanna Weaver takes the long 3. Can't quite sink it in, though. Nat Hurst with a nice little rebound. She'll head down the court fast. Thinks about stopping and dropping a shot. Doesn't quite take it off, though. As they bring it back up to Hurst. She goes to the right-hand side. Looks for the drive on the inside. Just turns into Weaver. Draws the foul and takes the 2.
That's a veteran's move right there. Just, you know, got Deanna up in the air and drew the contact.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to get a foul. As soon as you got that defensive player off the ground, you just go straight into them. You know you're going to go to the charity stripe.
You know, Gold Coast hanging around a little bit here. If they can knock these 2 free throws down and hopefully get a stop, you know.
And Nat Hurst definitely isn't one to miss from the free throw line either. So it should bring it back to within a 5-point reach. I think I need to stop talking. I seem to jinx them in both ends, good and bad. Jillian Horton bringing the ball down now with only 12 seconds left on the game clock. One last possession here for Mackay, or not. Jillian Horton drains the long three. Nothing but air on that one, leaving Gold Coast 6 seconds to try and make a last shot.
Not really a good shot option there. They had to run the clock down for a shot and shoot an air ball with 7 seconds to go. I don't think Coach Virgo would be too happy with that, although Gold Coast have just turned it over.
Yeah, there was no real need to take the shot either. I mean, Jillian Horton was well and truly, 3 feet away from the three-point line, still had 7 seconds left on the clock. It wasn't necessary to take the long shot, look for the more open pass. I mean, it's fortunate for them that Gold Coast turned the ball over again, otherwise it could have really opened the game up. I mean, it could have brought the game to within 4. So Gold Coast in a little bit of trouble here, 17-11. They're down by 6, but having very, very tough time getting the ball on the inside. Getting lucky with a couple of threes to bring the game back a bit. We'll take a quick break here as we come into the quarter time. We'll be back shortly, though, with more live action here from Mackay Sports Complex. This has been QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. And welcome back to Mackay Sports Complex here as we continue to bring you more live action here as we present the QBL Semifinal series with the Mackay Meteorettes taking on the Gold Coast Rollers. Before we kick off, we will quickly run you through some stats from the first quarter there. From Mackay, Kyle, I'll kick over to you first.
Yeah, look, Mackay, they're in front by 6. I don't think the coach would be overly happy. They're shooting 46% from the field, but a few transition turnovers, which has cost them a little bit. 5 turnovers for a quarter, you're on pace for 20 turnovers a game isn't great. So if they can clean that up, I think the coach will be a lot happier.
Yeah, absolutely so. And I mean, coming from the Gold Coast end as well, definitely nothing spectacular from them. I mean, Natalie Hurst on 6 points, getting very, very lucky with the 3 points, and then that nice, easy inside layup with the free throw as well. Gold Coast turns over the ball once again, as you just saw there. No one really standing out from Gold Coast. A huge amount of turnovers so far, though. They're sitting on Natalie Hurst alone on 4 turnovers. They've got 7 for the team total. Only shooting at a very, very low 27% from the field as well. So Gold Coast definitely going to need to look to step that up if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, I think Gold Coast, the way they're playing with the turnovers, or they've just turned it over again.
It's too easy for Jillian Horton there as she puts on another 2 for Mackay.
They could consider themselves lucky a little bit that they're only down by 8. They're still in this if they can get some good offensive sets and some easy baskets here and clean the ball handling up a little bit. Yeah,
definitely so. I mean, I think in Gold Coast's favour, some of those turnovers are going straight to Mackay. They just haven't converted those turnover points. So, I mean, Gold Coast has gotten lucky in that sense that they're not down by more. Gold Coast really looking to score here as they come to the inside. But once again, pocket picked there. Great steal from Kayla Ward. And then Gold Coast picks up the little fellas there. Katie Rose looking bewildered by that one.
Gold Coast really have to clean this offense up. There's too many turnovers. They're cutting into each other's space. There's not much going on.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, they're not bad. I mean, they're not fantastic either by any stretch, but they're not bad. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job. They're stopping the long outside shots. They're forcing them to go inside. But offensively, they just need to clean up those turnovers. I mean, we're on 9 now. We're only a minute into the second quarter. Nice little inside shot there from Willie for another 2 for Mackay. I mean, realistically, if Gold Coast can handle the rock a little bit better than what they are, convert some of those, held balls into points, this could start to be a little bit more competitive than what it is now, where they're down by 10.
Yeah, they've got to stay positive. They're only down by 10, and they're probably, well, there's another turnover. They can't be happy with the way they're playing.
No, definitely not. I mean, Gold Coast going to their bench now as well, bringing in some of the younger players. We see Sophie Johnson coming back on the court as well. But Gold Coast needs to do something. I mean, 10 turnovers in 11 and a half minutes of basketball. It's probably the one aspect where they don't want to look up to the Opals.
I think the Gold Coast really need the Dean Payne out on the floor at the moment. Mackay double teaming, triple teaming every time Natalie Hurst gets the ball at the moment.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, they need to get Nadine on as soon as possible. I mean, she's been a huge scoring potential, huge defensive player as well for the Gold Coast. As they come down now with a good 2-on-1 opportunity, Hurst decides to step back and take a long two. Can't quite convert. Gets lucky with the Mackay turnover on the out of bounds there, so they'll get the ball back for 24. And as we just said as well, Nadine Payne does come back on the floor as well. Someone from the Gold Coast bench is listening to us, so let's see what happens here. Hopefully Nadine comes out firing. It puts a couple more points on the board. Once again, pocket almost picked as well. Just not very good protection of the ball. Can't quite convert there is Bianca Abbott. Jillian Horton comes down with the board. She heads down the court now again.
Yeah, Mackay should look to attack Nadine here, like try and get that third foul.
Mackay playing a very slow, methodical game of basketball here at the moment as well. I mean, other than those couple of long passes like that we've seen inside that have gone stray, they've had a very, very slow, methodical movement offense. You know, they're kicking the ball around from left to right. They're really looking for those open passes, whereas Gold Coast is the complete opposite. They're rushed, they're getting double teamed, they're not getting the ball open to their outside players. I mean, it's a very, very different style of basketball, and we can clearly see why Mackay's up at the moment.
Yeah. As soon as one of the big three from the Gold Coast, Hurst, Payne or Abbott gets the ball, everyone else just stands around. It's quite easy for Mackay to play defense.
Ooh. A little bit of a shuffle there for Katie Rose as she takes that shot. Can't quite convert again. I mean, Gold Coast is getting unlucky with their shots. I mean, some of their options aren't bad, but they just can't seem to get the ball in the hoop at the moment. Mackay will slow things down again as they pass the ball around. Back around to Jillian Horton. She looks for the long three, doesn't take it, penetrates inside. Pops it with the left, can't get it in. Weaver now. Mackay playing a very, very good offensive game here. Smith just kicks it up, can't quite get it there. Now Hurst will bring it down the other end. And once again on the offense, we see three players standing over the left-hand side of the court, not moving. Sophie Johnson takes a long shot. Nadine Payne coming down with a strong board on the inside. Kicks back out to Hurst for the long, for Katie Rose, sorry that was. Couldn't convert. Weaver with the rebound.
Oh.
Sophie Johnson unlucky with the rebound there. Fought so hard for that long board as well. As Rachel Gange goes inside for the nice little one-handed finger roll for another 2 points. 23-11. This is the biggest lead we've seen in the game at 12. Again, Gold Coast stilted offense. No real movement. They're just looking for the long passes. Kicks around. Katie Rose goes as strong inside. Gets her pocket pick. Jillian Horton comes out with it. 3-on-1 offense here for Mackay. Horton looks to go herself. Kicks it out. Nice little finger roll there from Riley Smith. 25-11. The lead is now up to 14 for Mackay. Gold Coast not happy with what they see. They're going to take a break. We're going to take one as well to get a bit of a breather. It's 5 minutes 15 to go. 25-11 is the lead for Mackay. We'll be right back with more live basketball from Mackay Sports Complex. This has been QBL TV presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. And we're back here from Mackay Sports Complex as we bring you more live basketball. As we bring this QBL Semifinal series, it is Mackay Meteorettes versus the Gold Coast Rollers. Gold Coast not off to the greatest of starts here. They trail by 14 with about halfway through the second quarter at the moment. 12 turnovers so far for Gold Coast, so definitely not the start that they would want in this game. They're on par in terms of rebounds with Mackay though, pulling 11. Mackay sitting on 13 in that department. But as we were just saying before, Carl, there's definitely a lot of rebounds to have.
Yeah, there is. Oh, here we go, Gold Coast.
Yeah,
they needed that.
Yeah, Sophie Johnston breaking the drought there for Gold Coast, putting on a nice couple of 2 points.
But still, 3 seconds left on the shot clock. They really struggle to get a shot off. Mackay's playing good defense. They're switching on all screens at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's a very, very good defensive game from Mackay. They're not really letting anything go easy. All the shots that Gold Coast has had inside has been heavily defended. Oh, that's a bit of a heavy foul there from Gold Coast. That's going to send them to the line for 2. That foul will go on Kayla Ward.
I think Kayla's shooting the 2 shots.
Oh, helps if I look at the right team notes. Courtney Pete will pick up that foul, sorry. Kayla Ward going to the line for 2.
Ooh.
She can't quite sink the first there.
It didn't look good, that one.
You felt it straight away, did you?
Oh.
Second one looked a little bit better, but it ran around and popped out just at the last second. Gold Coast pulling down the all-important rebound as they try and fight to get back in this game. Again, slowing things down a little bit as we like to see. Nadine Payne taking the long 3 ball. Can't quite get it. Sophie Johnson fighting Weaver for the rebound. She doesn't come up with it as Jillian Horton brings it back down. Weaver takes the long jump shot there from the free throw line. Can't quite get that one to convert. I mean, realistically, this game for Gold Coast is going to be won by not turning over the ball and rebounds. I mean, they're not having much luck at the moment from the field. They're only shooting at 20%. They're going to win this game on rebounds. If they're going to take those long shots or drive inside, they're going to have to make sure that someone's in there to get those boards down because Mackay is just pulling more than them at the moment. So very, very rushed last-minute shot there from Gold Coast. Manages to somehow sneak its way in.
You know, Gold Coast's last 4 points have been really tough shots with 1 or 2 seconds on the shot clock. You know, they're not going to be able to keep that up all game.
Yeah, Brianna Moyes, I don't know how she managed to get that one in, but it was very, very lucky roll. Gold Coast needs to start taking some better options, not running down this shot clock. Gianna Weaver goes heavy on the inside. That one gets waved away as she gets blown for the offensive foul.
To be honest, after watching that, I think Gold Coast got away with one there. I think Natalie was standing very side on and, you know, the Mackay bench is up and they're not happy, rightfully so.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I mean, even if they want to give the foul to Weaver there, I'm not sure about waving away the basket. I mean, to me, I don't know. I don't think the defense was right. Yeah. Pushing foul after the shot, count the basket maybe.
The Mackay coach has to let this go a little bit. They got a 10-point lead.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do now is get a technical foul, give Gold Coast something to, you know, a small victory, get 2 points, run it down again. Look, he's an excellent coach. I've been refereeing him for years and years and years. I can't imagine he's going to get himself taken in a game like this. He knows where he needs to be. So that time, not so lucky. That was Nadine Payne picks up her 3rd foul late in the second. She's probably going to go and take a seat now, I would imagine, as well. 3 fouls, not a good position for your best point scorer.
Look, if I'm Gold Coast, I'd leave her on the court. Let's go to zone, and she's got to be out on the court.
This is probably why you coach and I don't. Mackay not getting lucky with the free throw there, just bouncing out again. Rachel Gange will take her 2nd, though. That one looks a little bit better for 1. Subs here both ways as Nat Hurst comes on. She does take off Nadine Payne as well, so she will sit for a little bit. She does have those huge 3 fouls, and there is still a half a basketball to go, so not a good position for her to be in. Getting subbed on by Nat Hurst, though, so she will be taken out by another powerhouse. Nat Hurst really needs to step up now, use all that Opals experience that she has, and try and get this Gold Coast team in front. Katie Rose with a long jump shot there. Can't quite get it in. Nat Hurst sneaking in underneath. Can't quite keep her hands on it though. Ball gets rolled out to Jillian Horton as she once again slows things down. I don't know about you, Carl, but I'm definitely liking this Mackay offense. I mean, they are so methodical. They're so slow paced. They're looking for those open looks, exactly like what happened there. Rachel Gaines with the easy jump shot. It's just such a good offense to watch.
Well, Mackay utilising their mismatches here quite well.
Sophie Johnston with the long three. Can't quite get that one in though. Board pulled down again by Mackay. They look to go inside. Natalie Hurst picks up the nice little steal.
Good help defense there by Natalie.
Yeah, very, very smart play as well. I mean, she's showing her experience. Sees the board going down, sneaks in underneath and pulls it away. I mean, this far into the second quarter as well, I probably would have expected a little bit more out of Natalie Hurst. She hasn't had a fantastic game so far, only sitting on 6 points. I would have probably, having played for the Opals, having been around as long as she has, in the position that they're currently in, I probably would have expected a little bit more out of Hurst.
Yeah, look, 4 turnovers isn't good, but every time she's coming off a screen, they're blitzing it hard and then recovering, so she's got her work cut out for her. Maybe look at playing her off the ball a little bit and get a couple of screens to try and get her open.
Definitely so. As we head down here, Gold Coast starting to move the ball a little bit around here now. Hurst looks to go inside, passes it around. Sophie Johnson kicks it back in. Nice little jump shot there. Can't quite convert again. That was Fegan. Gold Coast just really
using her height over there, just turning around and shooting over the much smaller Zelenka.
Yeah, very unlucky that they can't get the points at the moment, Gold Coast. They're taking a couple of good shots, just not being able to get them to convert. Nice little rebound there and put-back shot for Zelenka, putting them to 30. They've doubled Gold Coast. 30-15 at the moment. Gold Coast really looking to get some scores on the inside. They need to get something on the board. Nice little shot there. Doesn't quite roll in, though, unfortunately. She will go to the line for 2.
A bit of a bail out there. That was a tough shot. And,
Yeah, definitely probably wasn't the best option there from Courtney Pete. Just rushing into the keyway, heading the wrong direction away from the basket, trying to roll it back over her head.
And really, this is why Mackay is probably the second best team in the comp, if not the best. Gange comes off and Weaver comes on. Not many other teams can make those type of substitutes.
Yeah, subbing one huge key player for another. And that's probably been one of the downsides to this season in the QBL. I mean, there have been a couple of teams that they just haven't had that depth, and it has really let them down. I mean, some of the teams in particular have had an amazing starting 5, but sometimes getting that 7th, 8th player, I mean, it's not easy, especially down in the Brisbane area as well, where you do have so many teams in such a tight-knit group. It is very, very hard to secure sometimes. Mackay goes on the inside. Nice little finger roll there coming off of Kayla Ward. That puts them back up to 32 with a 13-point lead. I mean, Mackay probably has one of the strongest benches that I've seen in the competition so far as well. As Gold Coast picks up the unfortunate illegal screen there, that one will go on.
Yeah, look, Mackay
Not sure who that one was on.
I don't think Mackay go as deep, but the two coming off the bench in Ward and Weaver are quality. A lot of those two would start in a lot of other programs, and they're a very fit team. Horton, Gange, and Tammy Willie are 3 very fit athletes.
So game clock is around about 4 seconds over shot clock as we've got 13 left on the shot. Mackay looks to slow things down. They'll use up none of that time, apparently taking the nice quick shot there. Weaver pulling the awesome board down over the top. 6 seconds to go as they go inside. Nice little roll there for Zelenka as that one rolls in for 2, and she'll go the line for another. Mackay just on absolute fire at the moment tonight. They just seem to get all of the good looks like that. Excellent time to get 2 points. 3 seconds left to go. Gold Coast won't get another score here. They'll go into the break. 15 points down, 34-19. Mackay has the lead here. We're going to take a break as well for some of this halftime break. We'll come back with a couple minutes to go before the half to bring you a couple of the extra stats before we bring you the second half action here as we continue to watch the Mackay Meteorettes take on the Gold Coast Rollers. This has been QBL TV presented to you live by Nothing But Net Media. And welcome back to Mackay Sports Complex here as we continue to bring you the second half action of this QBL Semifinal between the Mackay Meteorettes and the Gold Coast Rollers. Currently the score is sitting at 34-19 in favour of Mackay. Gold Coast struggling to get off the mark there in the first half. Definitely be interesting to see what they bring firing in this second half. Carl, what have you seen so far? Let's roll through the stats and see how things are looking.
Look, 34-19. If I'm Gold Coast, I'd be disappointed with our offense, but 34 points, they'd be happy with that. It's just 6 of 20 from the field, and to be honest, the last couple they did make were really tough shots. They were lucky to score. The big thing is the 14 turnovers. That's 14 turnovers in a half of basketball. Most teams like to operate with that many turnovers for a whole game. Gold Coast need to move the ball, stop being so stagnant. You never know what might happen. For Mackay, they're shooting well enough. They're just doing what they have to do. They're just going through the motions at the moment. Their defense is great, and that's why they've got the 15-point lead. But let's hope Gold Coast can make a game of this in the second half. Yeah,
definitely so. I mean, Gold Coast has the potential to come out firing in this third quarter and absolutely blow Mackay out of the park. I mean, they still do have a wealth of talent, yet to perform much in this first half. Let's hope they come out and absolutely blow the lights out of Mackay, bring this game back in away from that 15-point lead to bring it into a nice tight fourth quarter. Look, both teams playing a phenomenal defensive game of basketball. No one is really getting easy buckets at the moment. Gold Coast struggling from every angle. Last couple of points, as you said, Carl, very, very tough over strong defense from Mackay. Mackay generally spending 15 to 20 seconds of their shot clock every single time trying to find the open gaps in the Gold Coast D before they take a shot. Defensively, both teams are on point, I would say. It's just that offense, it is going more in favour of Mackay at the moment.
Yeah, look, Mackay tried to play transition at the start, and to be honest, Gold Coast just kept throwing it away or taking bad shots. Mackay had to play the half-court game because they were inbounding it every time Gold Coast threw it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Mackay brings it in to start this third quarter here, as they look to get some nice early points, they'll get a foul straight away here, sending Zelenka to the line. That one going on Katie Rose. Quickly though, guys, just to give you an update on the out-of-town scoreboard, in the other QBL women's quarter semi-final, we do have Rockhampton Rockets leading BBI 46-32. And in the men's, we've got Townsville 79, defeated by Cairns 96. That was last night. Brisbane at the moment 66-35 over Logan. Huge upset there at the moment for Logan, as they have beaten Brisbane the last time they versed each other. Back with it here now as well, though. We see those free throws. That second one did just go in. It's 35-19. Nadine Payne taking the long shot there. Can't quite get the three to roll. Nice little tip out there for Mackay. Again, Mackay just taking their time, nice and slow, looking for the offensive opening. As they kick it out wide to Gain, she takes a long shot, and that one goes in for the long two.
May have got away with a little travel there.
Slight little shuffle, never hurt anyone. Nat Hurst looking for the long three. That one looks good. Can't quite get there, though. Little short. She gets the ball back, though. Barely even needed to move for her own rebound. Nadine Payne drives strong on the inside. Can't quite get the ball to roll. Johnson coming down with the rebound immediately into a jump ball. Gold Coast will retain the ball with 13 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, even early here in the second half, Gold Coast struggling to score, relying on Nadine and Natalie shooting long threes. It's not really what they want.
And even then, you've got Nadine Payne, one of the QBL's top scorers and probably highest average point scorer, or got to be close in the entire league. I mean, she's only been restricted to 3 points this game, only outscored by Natalie Hurst. I mean, that just goes to show the strength of the Mackay defense.
Yeah, Mackay defense is great at the moment. The coach will be very happy with that. The Gold Coast, if they're going to continue to be double teamed, they need some other players to step up and make some shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see where it comes from here for Gold Coast. They do need to get some points to keep in this game. They go for the nice little shot there. Natalie Hurst wide open there on the long two. She can't get that to fall. Ball pulled down there by Gaines. Going back to Horton for the drive down. She penetrates fast and through the defense, kicks it out, and then inside with an off-the-ball foul. Not too sure what happened there. It looks like it was against Gillian Horton, though, being called on Bianca Abbott for Gold Coast.
Natalie's starting to get some open looks, but they're all falling a bit short. Mackay really working her over in defense and on offense, so, she looks a little bit tired at the moment.
Yeah, Gold Coast just not quite used to these rings, I don't think. They can't seem to get the easy roll or the good bounce off these rings. Nice little shot there from Willie, as that one rolls in for 2. Lead out now to 20. It's Nadine Payne with the unfortunate foot on the line as she goes to pass the ball in.
That's inexcusable.
Not a call you see often, but nothing you can do about that one. Very, very unfortunate turnover again for Gold Coast. So Mackay again with the easy opportunity as Willie takes a nice little jump shot, barely taking off from the ground as she sinks that too.
Mackay starting to run away with this. Coach has got to get a timeout. Has to make some type of change defensively.
Katie Rose looks for the shot there, can't quite get it. Back into the hands of Nat Hurst. Goes inside again, looking for the nice little roll, and she gets it. Bianca Abbott with the 2, putting them back down by 20.
Bianca's first field goal for the night,
And that's a huge play too. For Bianca Abbott to not score until the 3rd quarter is an incredible defensive effort. Mackay now hitting the front of the ring, not quite getting the ball in. Gold Coast with a chance for probably their first 2 scores in a row as Nadine Payne nails a 3, bringing them to 24. Could this be the role that we've been hoping Gold Coast gets?
It gives them a little bit of hope. The bench is up and about now here, but they need a couple of stops here.
Yeah, very, very strong defensive stops required here from Gold Coast. They got one just before. Can they do it again? Not by the looks of it as Mackay goes strong to the inside. Zelenka now with the board, takes the shot over a very, very well-positioned Nadine Payne. Ball ends in a jump going in favour of Mackay.
Good defense. That's set by Gold Coast, making Riley Smith the... teams have to look at her to make Riley make the play. Try and keep the ball out of Tammy's hands and Jillian's hands and Rachel Gange's hands.
Just mostly the entire Mackay starting 5.
Yeah. We really saw it today in the men's game, though. Serbia did a great job of keeping it out of Patrick Mills and pressuring Bogut and Matt Dellavedova's hands and made Joe Ingles, who's a great player, don't get me wrong, but, if
it made him struggle.
I think if Serbia said if Joe Ingles is the top scorer at the end of the day, they would have been happy with that, and they knew they would have come out with a win.
Yeah, definitely so. And again, that was a game won mostly on defense. It wasn't much to do with the fact that Serbia was scoring well. It was a fairly low-scoring game. It was the defense that won it. Australia could not get the ball in the hole no matter what they tried. And that was all down to how well Serbia was playing defense. Same as what we've got here tonight. Mackay is just putting on pressure at every single position on this court against Gold Coast. So a couple of little stop-start passages there. That can't be good for either team as they just stand around and wait for the court to get clean. Couple little niggly out-of-bounds plays. Gold Coast, though, looking to get their 3rd score in the row here. Potentially the break that they've been looking for. Katie Rose goes strong on the inside. Kicks out to Sophie Johnston, though. It almost looked good, but just bounces out into the hands of Gange.
That was a really good offense by Gold Coast, but they got to look at setting someone like Natalie up in the corner for that shot.
It's possibly one of the better offensive players we've seen, and it's exactly right. Nothing against Sophie Johnston, but when you're down on that far corner, Natalie Hurst is the person that you want there. I've seen her sink 3s from every single position on this court. She's the top scorer for the team at the moment. She's the one that you want those open looks going in the hands of. And Gold Coast just with another turnover there as well, not quite able to hold on to it. Natalie Hirsch is grabbing Jillian Horton there to stop the play. Gold Coast needing to set up their defense here to try and get another stop.
Gold Coast have to finish the 3rd quarter within single digits. I think that's what the coach has got to work on. They're just going to have to nibble at this and get it down to single digits by 3/4 time and have a red-hot crack in the last quarter.
Yeah, that'd definitely be the most ideal situation for Gold Coast. They're not going to win at this quarter. If they can get it down, even 10. 10 points is doable in a quarter. And if they get down to 10 points, they can prove that they have the ability to knock 10 points off the margin. So Gold Coast really having to fight for every last point here. Again, proving that the game can be won by defense. Mackay not quite able to sink that one. Natalie Hurst kicks it out wide. Long bomb here.
Here we go.
Somehow goes in. I don't know how she managed to get that one. That was Brianna Moyes sinking it from behind the backboard almost by the looks of that one.
Great pass in the open court by Hurst.
The gap has now been reduced from 21 at its highest. It's down to 14 now. That's a 7-point differential in this quarter alone from Gold Coast. They're coming back at him. So it'll be Tammy Willie going to the charity stripe here for 2 easy shots from the free throw line. Huge shooting percentage from Tammy Willie from the free throw line. I think I was looking at her stats earlier. I think she's barely missed from what I can remember.
Yeah, Tammy, you know, that's her spot at the top of the keyway. She barely misses a field goal from there. So
69.1% across the season, 47 from 68. I mean, that's impressive. She nails both, 43, lead back to 16 for Mackay. Gold Coast looking for another all-important score here. Natalie Hurst looking for the open drive on the inside. Just kicks it around. Kicks it back out again to Moyes. Can't quite get the lucky bounce that time. Ball goes back to Mackay. Jillian Horton looking for the fast break. Willie gets it, goes inside. One little step, and she gets it again. Mackay now on a roll. Taking the lead back out to 18.
Gold Coast made a midi run there and then missed a couple of long threes, and Mackay in transition. Tammy Willie, the veteran, running the floor like she's 18 again.
Yeah, Mackay, offensively, Mackay is just really outdoing Gold Coast on a couple of fronts here. Gold Coast's 7-point run there was absolutely amazing, and they need to keep doing more than that. You know, yeah, they've let Mackay just steal 4 points back from them, but they need to not get disheartened by that. They need to come back and keep fighting for it.
No, there's still 16 minutes in this game. It's a long time.
Yes, 16 minutes, 18 points. It's not that long. It's almost a basket every 2 or 3 minutes. It's not hard to do. Again, unfortunate near turnover from Gold Coast. Need to try and reduce that as much as possible. Not too sure why I'd have Natalie Hurst passing the ball in a situation like that, though. Surely she'd be the one you want to get the ball into the hands of. Kicking back around to Moyes for the long three. That one short as well, hitting the front of the ring, bouncing down into the hands of Tammy Willie. Mackay, very, very good offensive run there. Can't quite get the lucky bounce into the basket, though. They'll hold it down after a huge fight on the floor under the basket. Jillian Horton goes inside for Willie again. She'll take the jumper. 6-point streak for Mackay. 47-27. The lead is back up to 20.
You know, Gold Coast made a midi run there, and they really started overplaying Natalie Hurst and Nadine and made Moyes try and be the scorer, and she's come up short the last couple of possessions.
Nadine Payne with an all-important 2 there as well. She'll get them up back down to 18. Gold Coast just needs to not get disheartened by what's going on. Mackay just had a 6-point run. They need to get back into this one. Strong defensive stops are what they need. Hands up in the faces of Willie. Or there in the face of Gain. She'll go to the line for 2, though. Not quite getting in front is Nadine Payne.
And that'll be her 4th foul. You know, Nadine's coming over to the sideline by the looks of it, but if I'm the Gold Coast coach, it's the last, you know, this could be the last game of the year. I leave her on the court. I know there's a long time to go, but, you know, apart from Nadine or Natalie, no one else looks like they can score, so.
Yeah, look, I agree. I'd leave her on. I mean, she hasn't fired from the inside yet. I mean, she's nowhere near her average points per game at the moment. Leave her on the floor. Hopefully this 4th foul just fires her up even more. You know, gets her angry a little bit, gets her grunt on so she can get down, get inside, and get those strong buckets.
Yeah, Gold Coast really have to try something defensively, whether it's a little half-court trap or a zone defense. Try and keep your best players on the court, but as we say that, Nadine's off.
Yeah, well, we won't see her again until probably a couple minutes into the 4th. It's hard either way. You leave her on, you take her off. It's always going to be a tough decision. You know, she may sit for a couple of minutes. She may sit for the rest of the quarter. We'll have to wait and see. Gold Coast in a very, very tough position. Nadine Payne, their top scorer, off the floor. We've still got a wealth of talent on here, though. You've got Bianca Albert. You've got Nat Hurst. I mean, you got Katie Rose. You've got some amazing players on here for Gold Coast. Let's just see what they can do with this. Just still not quite used to this ring and the bounce. They just can't seem to get everything over the front rim. Mackay picking up the cheeky little foul from behind there is Willie.
That's the first foul on Mackay for the quarter. No, I don't think Gold Coast are challenging them enough inside. Bianca hardly seen the ball all quarter.
No, and that's it. And, like, I mean, the foul count's 5-1, but I don't think that's representative of what's actually happened on the floor. I mean, Gold Coast, they're not playing a tough offense. As we see Katie Rose passing the long ball out to Nat Hurst, can't get it there. Again, another turnover stat that Gold Coast doesn't need. Getting very, very good defense down the other end, though. You've got to give credit to Nat Hurst for getting the steal away from that easy basket. But Gold Coast having to play a tough defensive game again. And they just didn't do it. Barely a hand in the face there as she sinks the easy two.
That was too easy.
The lead now to 22. Gold Coast really needing to pull something out here. Katie Rose almost looking for the three and turns it over. Gold Coast just struggling. I think they're getting a little bit disheartened by what's going on in the court. I mean, that there was possibly their 17th turnover for the game.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit ugly here.
Yeah, Gold Coast definitely not liking what they see here. They're going to take a break. We're going to take a quick one as well. This has been QBL TV presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, live from Mackay Sports Centre. And we're back here live from Mackay Sports Centre as we continue to bring you this QBL semi-final between the Mackay Meteorettes and the Gold Coast Rollers. Gold Coast just struggling again in this third quarter as they trail by 22 points to Mackay, 51-29. Mackay will bring it in. Let's see what Gold Coast can do defensively. They're going to have to come up with a couple of quick stops here if they're going to stay in this game.
Yeah, they've started out of the timeout, picking up their opposition full court, but...
Again, I mean, that was just way too easy for Mackay. Unfortunately, they couldn't actually convert that into points. But getting around the defense was just too simple.
Yeah.
And again, Mackay coming up with the ball out of the out of bounds. Gold Coast just not having any luck here. Everything seems to be going against them. As Jillian Horton goes left, she takes the shot, gets bumped away a little bit, puts it up. Nice rebound and put back there by Ward.
That's just too easy. You know, you can't allow teams to get offensive rebounds that easily.
No, not at all. So, floater there doesn't quite sink for Moyes. They will get the ball back though. Natalie Hurst going strong to the inside, looking for the opening. Can't quite get there though. Moyes fakes the three. Johnson goes on the inside, kicks back out to Hurst. She'll take the long two. And, doesn't quite sink in. Again, not quite getting used to that ring. Mackay with another opportunity now to convert. Gange goes in strong and rolls it in for another two.
Okay, we're approaching Mackay being double Gold Coast score now. Gold Coast really need to do something. Otherwise, they'll be on Mad Monday in 2 days.
Yeah, it's getting very, very hard for Gold Coast to come back from this. They're going to need a very couple of quick scores. We've got Nadine Payne coming back onto the floor. Hopefully she comes out. A bit of, I don't know. It's almost like she needs a bit of that Cambage grunt in her, a little bit of that anger, just fighting on the inside. I mean, she's got the height, she's got the strength. She just needs to fight a little bit more on the inside to get those easy buckets.
You know, I don't think Gold Coast have utilised Nadine and Bianca enough. Although Mackay are a reasonably sized team, I don't think they really have that powerful centre where Nadine and Bianca could take advantage of. I think that's where Rocky get over the line over Mackay the last couple of times they've played. Getting
lucky with the second roll there as well, so that'll put them on 31. 24 is the lead. Gold Coast looking for the strong stop here. They are playing full court man. Ooh. Mackay just taking it at Nadine Payne there as well, just hitting her straight in the chest. Weaver looks to convert the rebound, can't quite get it. Gold Coast playing some strong boards. Gold Coast coming down with it though. Nadine doesn't look to go inside, kicks it out riskily to Hurst, who does manage to hold on to it. Almost turns it over though as it bounces off her foot. Kicks out to Johnson. Johnson goes right, gets tripped up there by... Does she get tripped up by Weaver, or was that just a slip?
Yeah, look, they both slipped and the floor wipers come out and he's wiping the opposite side of the court.
Let's give the whole court a wipe by looks of it at the moment.
Yeah. It looks like Nadine Payne's going to be attacked while she's playing defense for the next 12 minutes. As soon as she stepped on the court, Mackay just ran an isolation play and went straight at her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the moment, it's going to be hard for Gold Coast to come back from this. All Mackay needs to do is get Payne off it, and that almost cements it.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll leave Gold Coast with Nat Hurst and Katie Rose still with the big players on the inside, and Nat Hurst with the 3. But getting Nadine off the court will be huge for Mackay and cementing this game. So Gold Coast will come back in with this one with a new 14 seconds. Not too sure what happened just then, but everyone seemed to have a bit of a good laugh about it. Moyes looking for the drive over Weaver. Bit of a odd mismatch there for Moyes, trying to shoot over the top of a player a solid 10 centimetres taller than her. Couldn't quite convert it, but they did get the board. Gold Coast is looking to slow it down a little bit now, penetrating hard through the middle. Nadine Payne taking the long 3 ball, getting knocked over. No call made. Mackay pulling the ball. Weaver going strong down the centre. Stops and pops and gets the lucky roll for 2 again.
Yeah, we've had a flopping warning as well here. You know, I think a couple of players have flopped in the last minute. I'm surprised it's taken this long to get the warning.
Yeah,
as much as I think it's a bad call, the flopping, let's just, you know, leave that one alone, I think, as a coach.
Yeah, thankfully so. I kind of got out of refereeing just as the flop warning was coming into play, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. One of those things where I really hate telling someone they're flopping when you don't know what's happened.
You know, as
they may have tripped over their own foot. Who knows?
You're testing someone's integrity there. Let's get the rules right first and then worry about that stuff at another chance. But I understand why they want to stop it, but there's other ways around it. You can play on. You can call a blocking foul.
Yeah, I think my first introduction to the flopping warning, before I even really knew it was a thing, there was a Boomers practice game at the Entertainment Centre in Brisbane. Paddy Mills getting a huge tech just after halfway for a flop warning. And at this point in time, it hadn't really hit Australia. It was just a huge international thing. But, yeah, one of those things that I don't really like in the game of basketball, but that's just the rule we got to play with. But that's one more thing that Nadine Payne really doesn't need. She's got the 4 fouls. She's now got the flop warning as well. So Mackay tries to look to go on the inside. Nice defense there from Gold Coast, though. That was Courtney Pete. As they'll head down the other end. Kicks the ball out for Moyes again as she takes the long shot. Again, can't quite convert. Gold Coast starting to get a couple of better opportunities, though. They're getting the good looks, just not quite converting them at the moment.
Yeah, look, Moyes is 1 of 5 now from behind the 3-point line. She's had all of them have been open looks.
Mackay just trying to race down the shot clock here. They're about 6 seconds inside. Gold Coast will have one last chance to score. Weaver getting very, very well defended by Payne. She takes a rush shot. Payne comes down with it. Kicks the ball up to Moyes. It's a 2-on-1 play here. Pass to the inside to Abbott. Abbott can't convert with 1 second to go. Again, Gold Coast starting to make the right decisions, but just not able to convert.
It sums up their night, really. Gold Coast, like an open layup with 1 second to go in the quarter, and it never looked like going in.
Yeah, and like, I don't think Gold Coast has played necessarily a bad game of basketball. They're not getting the luck. I mean, they're 25% from the field goal. They're 25% from the 3-point line. I mean, they're 6 from 7 from the free throw line, but that's not enough. I mean, if you're only scoring from 1 from every 4 opportunities you're taking from beyond the arc and in front of it, it's going to be a tough time. Yeah. Look, we've just... Sorry, Carl.
Yeah, I think good teams make their own luck, though. Mackay's defense has been pretty good. And, you know, we all wanted to see a close game, but 26 points with 10 minutes to go is going to be a bit too much here. If Gold Coast could start again, I think they would. 25% from the field, from behind the three-point line, 18 turnovers. Mackay getting a lot of offensive rebounds. It hasn't been a good night for those guys. Hopefully they can finish their season on a high here, though. And you never know. You can never say never, but it's not looking great.
Yeah, definitely so. And I think from Gold Coast perspective, that's what the season's about now. It's finishing on a good note. You've had 3 quarters of very, very rough basketball, fighting a strong Mackay team, hugely powerful in the defense there. I mean, for Gold Coast, it's coming out, reducing this impact that's occurred, dropping the lead to below 20, finish on a high, finish saying, look, we went out fighting. We didn't just give up. We didn't let the lead drop down to 30. We brought it back again.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how Gold Coast handles this now as well. Nadine Payne still on 4 fouls as well. It looks like she will start on the floor. Gold Coast going with a lot of their bench players and Nadine Payne to start the quarter. Looks like they're going to go with Payne, Moyes, Johnston, Abbott, and who's the other? Courtney Pete there as well. So they'll start with a couple of their juniors as well as the strength of Nadine Payne. Coming across a very, very strong Mackay team. Again, with most of the starting 5 with the addition of Weaver. 1 more quarter to go. Let's see how this ends. Straight away, Gold Coast attacking the basket and drawing the foul.
Well, Gold Coast are going to have to attack the basket, get to the foul line so they can score while the clock's stopped. That's the only way they're going to get back in this game, and then they're going to have to get up in the lanes, play some defense, and go for some steals, and try their luck.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a strong start there from Moyes as well. I mean, 6 seconds into the game, and she's already gone to the free throw line. They need to be aggressive like that this whole quarter to try and reduce some of this deficit.
Yeah, and Mackay coach has to tell his players to keep playing good D, but let's not try and foul a shooter.
It's Moyes there sinks both, so they're on 33. Moyes, very, very good from the free throw line. Gold Coast getting the steal there as well. They have come out fighting. Nadine Payne now open for the 3. It looks okay. Just swings left, though. Bianca Abbott coming down with a rebound. Gold Coast getting a lot of things right at the start of this quarter. Moyes goes to the inside again, pops it up, and that one goes in as well.
A good start to the quarter here. And now they just attack Nadine.
Weaver can't quite get the finger roll. Good defense there from Pete. Johnston has it now. She'll bring it down the other end. Strong defense again from Mackay. Weaver putting on a lot of pressure on the back of Moyes. They'll go inside to Abbott. She kicks it out long to Nadine. Kicks it across to Sophie. Johnston goes tough on the inside. Can't quite get it. Clock running down as Payne takes a last-minute shot. Can't quite get it. Mackay with the board.
The Gold Coast have come out well this quarter. They're starting to play intensity with their defense, and Mackay made a few bad decisions.
Apart from the first couple of minutes of the game, I mean, this is probably the best we've seen Gold Coast play. I mean, it's unfortunate that it has come in this last quarter, but they're playing aggressive basketball. They're attacking Mackay on every front. They're taking the shots they need to take. Yeah, Pete, they're nice and open. Good little look there. Unfortunately, can't convert again.
Good penetration by Moyes, and just, the wrong person got the ball in their hands for the open shot.
Strong defensive game again required from Gold Coast here as they go out. Open shot there, though. Can't convert. Willie pulling down the board as she spins and drops another 2. Gold Coast has it again. Let's see what they do here. Hopefully they penetrate hard against the basket. And they do. Moyes goes strong down the center of 2, draws the foul. Again, she'll go to the line.
And Moyes has really attacked this 4th quarter, whereas the first 3 quarters she was content on shooting 3s.
Yeah, Moyes sort of coming a bit out of nowhere for this game. I mean, she's outscoring some of the big names. She's on 11 points so far. I mean, outscoring Nadine and Natalie Hurst. So, she's playing a very, very strong and very aggressive game of basketball. Again, another from the free throw line. That's 3 from 3 from her now. Deficit now down to 24. Moyes hitting another. That puts her 5 from 5 from the free throw line at 100%. Weaver penetrates strong to the right, goes straight up. Again, can't quite get the roll. Moyes comes out with it. She'll go strong to the basket. Possibly going to be a foul from behind. No. Can't convert. There comes the foul from behind, though.
The Gold Coast coach not happy there. I think she thought Moyes might have been fouled on the fast
Yeah,
break.
no, Coach Thompson definitely not happy on that one. I mean, I called it before it even happened that there was probably going to be a foul from behind there. I mean, my prediction skills aren't the best, but when you've got a defensive player coming as aggressively from behind as that, I mean, chances are something's going to happen, surely. So Mackay just kicking the ball now around. Weaver taking the three. Again, can't quite get it in. Weaver not having a great fourth quarter here. She's none from three at the moment. She will get the steal, though, and go up for the nice, easy layup for two.
Great
Breaking
defense.
that streak. Awesome double team defense there from Mackay. Yeah, just getting that steal when they needed it.
Mackay up by 26 now. They have to, roll through some of their bench here. They're going to have by the looks of it, a possible 3-game series next weekend against Rockhampton, a much tougher opponent.
Nadine Payne again thinking she was fouled on that shot there. Not happy with what's going on. Mackay will get the ball. Mackay's defense just really breaking this Gold Coast team apart. I mean, Gold Coast just needs to not let what's happening on the court now get into their heads. They're starting to get very angry.
Oh.
Weaver going up for the easy bucket. Can't quite get it in, though. She will go to the line for two. Silly little foul there from Gold Coast. I mean, just to continue what I was saying as well. I mean, Gold Coast needs to stop letting this get to their head. I mean, at the moment, coach players are all focused on having a crack at the referees about the fouls that may or may not have been there. I mean, they just need to focus on their game of basketball and just really focus on their offense, looking to make sure they're making the right offensive plays. So Weaver goes to the line for two now. She doesn't quite drain the first. It looked good for a second there. The second one pops out as well. Weaver having a bit of a tough fourth quarter here. Mackay kicks long to the other side of the court. Smith will take a long two. Can't quite get it. Nadine Payne pulls the board. She's got a one-on-one play to the basket. Doesn't utilize. Pulls it back. They'll slow it down now. Look for the easy layup. Gold Coast again with a turnover. Nat Hirsch is not able to keep her hands on that one and get the pass off to Tolley.
It looks like Mackay are in celebration mode now.
Yeah, cheerleaders running around the court, party music going on. I think Mackay knows that this one's there, as they just drain another nice little pop shot there for two. Tolley bringing the ball down now as well. She'll pass back to Hurst. Hurst slowing down for Payne. She'll attack hard to the basket. Just pop it over. Nice little inside look there for Fegan. She'll make the two.
No need for Mackay to rush shots here. Just hold on to the ball. Let the clock run down a little bit. Yeah,
I mean, like you sort of said, Mackay's in party mode. They know that this one's just about in the bag. They need to not rush shots or make silly decisions now. Otherwise, this lead that they have isn't going to last for very long. They just need to hold the ball, make the right options. There's no need to rush anything. Sneaky little foul there, putting Payne to the line. She'll make the first. And the second to boot. Mackay still making fast plays on the inside. They'll just kick it around. Ooh, jump shot there from Ward is good off the bank. again, Moyes rushing into the inside, attacking hard. Not the best shot option there from Moyes, though.
That's one of the craziest shots I've ever seen.
Yeah. I get that Gold Coast needs to attack aggressively, but yeah, there's a limit between being aggressive and being silly, and rushing headfirst into a defensive player, trying to do a single-hand roll around a defensive player.
Yeah, I think Gold Coast knows it's
option.
over. Natalie Hurst has gone to the bench. Bianca Abbott's on the bench. Nadine's out there, but, you know, maybe we might see what Gold Coast have for the future in the next 4 minutes, and hopefully we see what Mackay is going to bring as well as they start subbing some of their juniors in.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, it's a good time to give some of the Mackay juniors a chance to, you know, there's a good crowd here. I mean, a couple hundred people easily in the stadium tonight. It's a good chance to give some of these young players a run in front of a huge crowd, get them used to what they're going to be up against next season. Exactly,
you know. Tammy Willies, the Rachel Ganges, and they're not going to go around forever, so all a little bit of court time is valuable for these younger girls.
Definitely so, and I mean, hey, you might need them. You've got a three-game grand final coming up next weekend. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah.
You know, playing a game every single day for 3 days in a row, I mean, not a lot of teams are used to that. That's only a new introduction into the QBL. So some of the players might not be able to last. Your Willies, your Gangers that have been around for a few years may tire out. You may need to run some of the young blood through the game. Nadine Payne going strong to the basket for a 2 there. Silly little foul there for Moyes as well. Gold Coast really starting to tire with their defense.
Yeah, they know they only have 4 minutes left.
There we go. As we see Rachel Gange coming out of the game, probably for the last time. She's subbed in by Madison McDonald. She'll take to the court for her first time this game. We will get some of these juniors through. Give them a bit of a run around. I mean, let them enjoy the game, the semi-final that they're going to win here tonight. Smith with a long 2 just rolls out. Right idea there from Payne for the inside pass there to Tolly. She couldn't quite handle it though. Good options there from Gold Coast. I mean, much better passing compared to what they have been playing. So Weaver takes another jumper. That one goes in though.
Yeah, Deanna's a pretty good shooter from 17 foot.
Bianca Abbott with a little turnaround jumper. That one bounces out.
Both teams just running through the motions to finish the game off here.
Yeah, pace is completely slowed down. Both teams dropping back. Still playing man-to-man defense here, Gold Coast, but very slow, very soft. Finger roll there from Zelenka, rolls in 73-43. The lead now out to 30. We were hoping it wouldn't come to that. Gold Coast just couldn't quite get back in the game in this 4th quarter. Yeah. They had that little run there earlier. They got their 7 points in a row, really restricting Mackay from scoring. Now it's just getting away from them again as Moyes turns the ball over with a strong double team there coming from Smith and Kayla Ward. And again, Jackie Zelenkin coming out now for what I would imagine would be the last time as well. Bringing in, who came in? Courtney Virgo.
Young Virgo, the coach's daughter, is in the game.
Weaver again taking a long shot. That one doesn't go in from 17 foot though. Moyes again with the ball. Playing big minutes here, Moyes coming off the bench, having quite a good game.
She's been Gold Coast's most prominent player.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of going MVP either way, like either team, Moyes would have to be Gold Coast's MVP. I mean, we'll start running through some stats here for the final of the game. I mean, not much going on the court. Both teams just starting to really take it nice and easy here as I just clicked out of the stats. Mackay slowing things down, going inside. She'll draw the foul there. So to start running you through some of the stats here, we'll start with the Gold Coast. Bianca Moyes, easily MVP for the Gold Coast team. I mean, she's had an absolute blinder of a game. Hasn't had much luck there from that 3-point line, but she's outscored everyone else on the team with 13 points. She's got 100% from the free throw line, the 6 from 6. She shot 22% from the field with 2 from 9. Pulled down
Yeah.
Pulled down a couple of boards, 4 boards from such a small player as well.
Moyes
Is not bad.
She hasn't had a great night shooting-wise, but you know she's been in and out of the play. The intent's been there. You know she's been trying to get the game back on terms. You know.
Ball spent a lot of time in her hands as well. I mean, she's brought the ball down for a pretty big majority of this game. She's again, you know, she's controlling the ball. She's driving the basket. Nice little reverse finger roll for the two.
No one's going to question her, you know, intent tonight. She's been trying to get Gold Coast back in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, for Moyes as well tonight, I mean, she's out to show that next year she should be starting 5. Really trying to prove herself in this league. She's still only young. She can easily fight for position in the starting 5 with her performance here tonight. She's been one of the standouts. Gold Coast just turning the ball over yet again. Turnaround jumper there for Smith. She rolls that one in. The lead heading towards 40 now, 80-43 in favour of Mackay. Moyes again going strong on the inside. She'll kick out.
Another tough shot.
Yeah, very, very tough shot there from Georgie Rankin. Can't quite get it anywhere. Mackay with the ball again. They'll keep going slow. Very, very long 2 there.
1 minute left.
1 minute to go. We'll start wrapping things up here as well. So from the Gold Coast, we have Natalie Hurst ended up on 6 points. Nadine Payne finished the game in second in top scoring with 12. Probably one of her lowest games in the season with only 12 points. Mackay really putting on the defensive pressure on her, stopping her from getting those inside layups, playing a huge defensive game on her. Massive 9 rebounds from Nadine Payne there, if I can read my stat sheet correctly. 7 rebounds coming out of Bianca Abbott, 5 from Katie Rose. Gold Coast's top 3 or 4 players really, really restricted in the offensive line. I mean, it's been tough for them tonight, as we see. Mackay starts the celebrations here, 17 seconds to go. Gold Coast will get 14 seconds to try and take a last shot. As we see another substitute here, getting some more young players into the game for Mackay. They'll bring out number 0, that's Shania Milburn. She'll play the last 17 seconds here. Party music starts. The game here has gone the way of Mackay. Very, very well fought game. Gold Coast just getting unlucky on some of their shots. Carl, what do you think?
Look, you know, Mackay were heavy favourites in the game. I think we thought it would be closer, but Gold Coast have shot 25% from the field, and once Mackay got that lead, it was always going to be tough to come back. Great season for Gold Coast by all reports. They've come back from down the bottom of the ladder to finish the season strong, but the league got what they wanted. They've got a Rockhampton Mackay final by the looks of it, so let's see what happens next weekend.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, a very, very well played game by Mackay. Sorry, I just fixed up my score. I did have it incorrect. It is 78-47 there. Mackay taking out the Gold Coast Rollers. Almost can't fault Mackay tonight. I mean, they played a very, very strong game. Defensively, by far one of the best efforts I've probably seen this entire season. I mean, Gold Coast, they've got Natalie Hurst, ex-Opal players, Katie Rose, huge potential there. Nadine Payne, possibly top scorer in the entire league, could barely get a bucket tonight. I mean, Mackay's defense was absolutely immaculate. They restricted Gold Coast in every single way possible, and Gold Coast just couldn't quite get hot. They were taking shots 70% of the time. They were good looks. Couple of rush ones in there as well, but 70% good looks, just couldn't quite get the lucky bounce in there. So from Mackay, rolling through those final stats, we've got where to start. I mean, Mackay's all over the place. The points are splattered across the board, which is really, really good to see. I mean,
46% from the field. You know, that's pretty good for women's basketball. They only had to shoot 4 3-pointers, and like I said, you know, if I'm playing Mackay, I'm looking at a zone to go against them because I'm not sure how great they are from beyond the arc. You know, they won't be happy with the free throw percentage, 40%. You know, 10 turnovers, which is great, but they really weren't pressured tonight. So, you know, it's going to be a big step up for them next week. But, you know, Rachel Gange, Willie and Zelenka, 3 great players. You know, they stand out, 17, 16 and 15. Jillian did her thing defensively on Natalie, as well as, you know, setting up the play. 7 assists was a great effort with 9 points. Riley didn't shoot the ball well 2 or 14. She won't be happy with that, but she's a defensive player and she's the leader of the team. So, you know, they'll be happy, but I think they have to improve on a few things before they face Rockhampton.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, it's going to be a very, very tough game. By the looks of the out-of-town scoreboard as well, it does look like Mackay is going to be taking on Rockhampton next week. Let me just get you an update of the score on that game. Rockhampton, they have 2 minutes and 45 to go in the fourth quarter. Rocky is up 88-59 over BBI. Next week's game is going to be the Rockhampton Rockets versus the Mackay Meteorettes. From my understanding of how the system works, I do believe those games will be played in Rockhampton as they did finish on top of the ladder.
Yeah, all 3 games. It's a little bit strange considering there's only a 3-hour drive from Rocky and Mackay, but it is what it is. You know, it's going to be tough for Mackay going to Rockhampton. You know, Mackay has a great crowd here, but Rockhampton crowd might be a little bit smaller, but it's much more vocal. It's a smaller gym, and you know, going to be vocal out there. So Mackay are going to need everyone to get on that bus and get up there next week.
Absolutely. I mean, Rocky's the hardest stadium to play in Queensland, I imagine, as a defending team. I mean, from a referee's perspective, it is the hardest stadium to referee in. That crowd is wild. They are so much fun.
Yeah.
There is so much energy coming for the Rockets out of that stadium. It's got to be tough to play against. I mean, it's tough for me to ref there, so I imagine for the girls it's going to be tough to play.
Many moons ago when I was playing there, I'd be hit by cans on the court in warm-ups, and, you know, you heard every name under the sun. But, you know, they've been there. It's been a Mackay Rocky. You know, they've been, along with Gladstone in the women's basketball, they've been the strongest programs in the last few years. So Mackay will be used to it. It's nothing new to them.
Absolutely. So once again, guys, to wrap up, this game did go in favour of Mackay, 78-47 over the Gold Coast Rollers. This has been QBL TV presented to you by Nothing But Net Media in the semi-final QBL season. Next week, we will see the Mackay Meteorettes take on the Rocky Rockets in Rockhampton. There will be games Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I do have the pleasure of bringing all 3 of those games to you. I'm traveling with the girls. I will see you there. Catch you later, guys. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching. Tune in next week.